Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Bachi Boys. We have a huge show for you. It's been a little bit. Davis is away. We're figuring it out. Sorry. We got the NFL draft, NFL playoffs, NHL playoffs, and we have a special guest who's coming up very soon. Whole show starts right now. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Bachi Boys podcast. Davis, we were away for a little bit. You went on an expedition west to Colorado. Well, we're back.
Purely business purposes.
Pure business, of course. We have a huge show for the people, Davis. We don't even have to get into NBA and NHL yet. That's the juicy part. Stay for that. We have a whole guest plan for that, everything. Let's start with the draft. The draft is in 2 days, Davis. It feels like we know the top 4 players that are going to go, but I feel like we don't know what order it's going to happen in. Caleb Williams feels like a lock to the Chicago Bears. The Washington Commanders, this is where it gets a little murky. It has been rumored that they're going to take Jaden Daniels for a while. How do you feel about that as an Eagles fan? Do you fear Jaden Daniels or Drake May?
No, this is the thing, and because I will eat my words. We didn't do a podcast about it because it was last year, but I felt the same way about CJ Stroud. I did not think CJ Stroud was going to be anything special, and it's only been 1 year. I didn't think Bryce Young was going to be anything special either, but I think Caleb Williams
1 for 2
is obviously the best player in this draft. I think he's going to be great. Now, these two, I'm not super worried about them right off the jump. I mean, honestly, I know Jaden Daniels is a Heisman winner, but sometimes that doesn't matter, and I think that Jaden Daniels could be your perfect example of a great, fantastic college quarterback. Might not work so well in the NFL, but if you were to give me one, I think Jaden Daniels is the better quarterback right now, and I think he deserves to go number 2. Drake May has the experience, and he's your prototypical pocket passer-ish NFL quarterback.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think either one of them can flip-flop at 2, and we've seen that. We've seen them going back and forth, and it looks like it's probably going to be Jaden Daniels right now.
Yeah, I'm not really fearful of either one of them. The Eagles will be fine. The Commanders will take at least 5 years to get any kind of competitive, in my eyes. They just got a new ownership. They're probably more worried about changing the name than they are about making the playoffs right now. Correct. And then 3, the Patriots. This is where it gets interesting, man. I think that they take whatever quarterback the Commanders don't take. But I think there's a high likelihood we see the Vikings or another team that's quarterback needy that could trade into the spot and get a Drake May or, maybe a JJ McCarthy. Who knows?
Biggest mistake in NFL history, train robbery, that JJ McCarthy could go number 3 here. But I mean, yes, it's very possible. I think I'm going to have to go Drake May here at 3. I think I'm ready to see this new New England Patriots squad. This is almost like this is the team. If I were to get the next Madden, I want this franchise, and I want to pick Drake May here because I think that could be somewhat of a perfect match. Now, this is a few years down the line where I think he's going to be successful. But Ethan, really quick, I still think that the second best pick in this draft is going to be Marvin Harrison to Arizona. I think this is a great fit for Arizona. And I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is just something we have not seen in a long time out of a college wide receiver. He's coming in with such high expectations, and I think he's going to be able to match it.
Yeah, I mean, he's coming in with a Pro Bowl quarterback right out of the jump, Kyler Murray, who has already taken that year post-surgery. He's already gotten the rust off. And, I mean, I'm not a huge Jonathan Gannon fan, but he's building something in the desert there. And, I mean, what's better to get your favorite quarterback a better toy than a very, very, very pro-ready wide receiver?
100%. So I think this top 4 is going to be really interesting, but I think, you kind of touched on it a little bit. I think one of the more intriguing things is where does JJ McCarthy go? I think we have some picks outside of this top 4 that are pretty much locks at this point. Joe Alt is going to go number 5 to the Los Angeles Chargers.
Ooh, I don't know. I've heard that he is a lock to the Tennessee Titans.
So I've heard both. I've heard
Yep.
heard that the Atlanta Falcons will take Dallas Turner at 8.
Byron Murphy too. I've heard that too.
First defensive player off the board at 8. Also, where does Malik Neighbors go? I mean, this wide receiver class is going to be crazy. I think the top 5 is going to could turn into something crazy, but
yeah,
I don't know. I'm ready for it. I just want to see the Bears been on the clock for way too long. I'm ready for the Commanders to be on the clock.
I agree. All right, Davis, let's get off to something different in the NFL. Some new jerseys. It's the time of the NFL season, or the time of the NFL, like a new era, whatever you want to call it, where we need new looks. I still need Panthers new jerseys. That's my number one thing. Need Panthers get new jerseys. But Davis, out of these 4, the Broncos, the Texans, the Jets, the Lions, which do you like the best?
So I've been out of commission for a little bit. So to be completely honest with you, Ethan, this is the first time I'm seeing some of these. Dude, Houston goes hard. Yep. I mean, that Houston helmet there with the baby blue goes so tough.
Oh, yep.
I'm putting the Broncos right at the bottom of the list.
They copied UTSA's uniforms.
Yes, you know they basically did. I'm putting the Broncos way at the bottom. If you had to ask me to rank them, I'll go Houston, Detroit, New York, and then way at the bottom, the Denver Broncos, who just found their franchise quarterback in Zach Wilson. All you Russ fans who has the jersey gets to keep him because you have another Wilson.
I don't know, because I heard that Will Lutz took 3, so we'll have to see. But
I was curious to see if the Broncos are going to force Zach Wilson to pick another number, just because
they should save Broncos fans millions in jersey sales.
That's what I was saying.
Wilson 3. I think, I don't know. They might not, just to spite Russ, but who knows?
It's Zach Wilson. He's not gonna. He stinks.
I don't know. second fresh start. Who knows?
Who's he throwing to? Who's that?
Cortland Sutton.
Cortland Sutton and Tim Patrick. Come on.
And Marvin Mims. Don't forget about Marvin
Mims.
Best
1-2-3 trio you got out there at wide receiver.
Oh yeah. By the way, those Lions black ones with the blue helmet go crazy.
Those are.
And then I like that the Jets just went throwbacks, kept it simple.
Yep.
They did what they probably should have done 10 years ago. So good job.
Agreed.
Yep. All right, Davis. Let's go into the action tonight before we bring on our special guest coming up soon. We have a big game tonight. The Celtics, I think, are gonna crush the Heat tonight. I think. And then what's the other game?
No, they play tomorrow. So
what's the games tonight?
Tonight is Suns T-Wolves. Series is going or stays in Minnesota. So we're gonna see. I saw the beef between Ant and KD. Ant was throwing some words to KD, which I thought was sick. So we're gonna see that. We're gonna see the Bucks. Can Dame put up 35 in the first half again, or 34, and then put up 0 in the second half?
I thought he had like 28 in the first half. People keep saying that. I think he had like 28 in the first half.
No, he had 0 points in the second half. He had 34.
Are you sure?
Yes, because everybody that had Dame Lillard at 35 plus points, it's the worst bad beat in history, because he had 34 in the first half and had 0. They didn't need him. They didn't need him.
No, they didn't.
By the way, I'm still on Indiana. I still think Indiana wins this.
I don't know, man. I think we were really wrong.
Nope. You want to hear a great stat I heard is that this weekend in the NBA and the NHL, every single home team won.
Yes,
this entire weekend.
Our friend Steve Volrath threw that stat at me yesterday, and I got it right.
Who loves home teams more than this guy?
No,
not a lot of people. All right,
nobody loves home teams more than you. That is for damn sure.
So we'll see if it keeps up tonight. I think that run ends tonight. I'm not sure what happened yesterday, to be completely honest with you. But I do think I will pick 2 of the away NBA teams to win tonight, whether it be Phoenix, Indiana, and or Dallas. I bet you 2 of them win.
Really?
Yes.
And what makes you think that? Because, I mean, the Phoenix Suns are good, but there's just something not there, man. There's just something not there.
Yeah, I do think Phoenix wins this one. I will pick them as one of my wins for tonight on the road. I just don't think Minnesota has it every night. We've seen that throughout the year, that there were nights where they definitely didn't have it. And this is playoff basketball. It's different. But, I mean, going up against KD and Bradley Beal. And I mean, it sounds weird to put him in the conversation. Grayson Allen has been a guy who's been really good for them this year.
Wait, who?
Yes, Grayson Allen. Yes. The guy who tripped that guy in college. Like,
I know who you're talking about, but what class are we putting him in with KD, Booker?
Yeah, we're putting
Big Four?
We're putting him in the class of, hey, I just got paid $80 million for an extension because I shoot 45% from three. That's the class we're gonna put him in.
No, that's fair. That's fair. And I mean, he deserves it. The man is one of those players that you're like, he's not gonna do anything in the NBA, but he 100%. Has, and he deserves all of his flowers.
And and the other away team, whether it be Indiana or Dallas, I don't know. Do we have to bring in a correspondent? Do we have to bring in a correspondent here?
I heard a little Clippers hate, and since there's a little Clippers hate, I think we got to bring in the #1 Western Conference correspondent, our friend Harrison Hewitt. Welcome.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me on the pod.
Yeah, welcome back, Harrison. My friend. We have a little bit to talk to you. The NBA playoffs are underway.
Yes,
we're 1 game in, 2 games in, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Clippers, Mavericks. This series, dude, is electric. By the way, do you know that Kawhi's playing tonight? Possibly.
I did not hear that news, but I'm excited to hear about that.
The news hasn't gone across the pond yet. All right.
No, it hasn't. There's a little delay with all the news getting across the pond.
That is for sure. So Harrison, let's start with your team, your guy Russell Westbrook, and the Mavericks against the Clippers. This is a weird series. I mean, the Luka Kyrie pairing just didn't show up game 1, and it felt like James Harden was the guy in control, man.
Yeah, no. Everyone, when Kawhi was down, they didn't give the Clippers a shot. They struggled a little bit.
Everyone.
They didn't have that fire down the stretch because Kawhi was dealing with injuries. Russ also was hurt, and I really do think he really is a big spark plug for them because
for sure.
Harden is very systematic. Paul George is very go with the flow, and Kawhi is pretty nonverbal, not really a leader. So I think Russ has really found a great role, like playing for the Clippers, to where he just goes in and like he does Russ for 20 minutes, which kind of helps him on his turnovers. He doesn't have the ball in his hands so much. Because you have other dominant guys like Kawhi and Paul George, and James Harden is in there doing his thing. But, yeah, I didn't really understand. Everybody just thought the Mavericks were going to steamroll over the Clippers. I think a lot of people – the Mavericks went on a great run, and their defense was, net top 3. I think it might have been #1. But, like, the teams that they were beating were not among top teams. I think Ty Lue got overlooked as a coach. Like, I knew he was going to come out with the schemes.
Okay.
If Kawhi is here, I mean – and you said that Luka and Kyrie, like, they were nowhere to be found, or like they had a quiet game. They still combined for like 60-something points. Like,
they sure did.
And so like the first half for the Clippers was really good. I think Harden and Russ combined had 30, which is what the Mavericks had. So you both know I was eating that up.
Oh yeah. I got a text. I saw it.
Yeah, and so, but all in all, if Kawhi's there, and that's the thing with the Clippers, they have multiple different stars and multiple different pieces, and they're so deep as a team. Like, they're built for this. They have already gone through the adversity of their players being injured. This is the 4th, 5th year now of like maybe 4, maybe 3, 4 of Kawhi and Harden never really being there. And so when you have people like James and Russ, like, I think it helps them. But Kawhi's here. I expect them to win, especially after what they did to him in game 1. I expect Paul George to come out firing. He was pretty quiet until the 4th quarter. I think we will definitely see some aggression from James Harden. I'm expecting that. I do not expect to get a consistent James Harden in the playoffs, but I expect him to handle business tonight. And I think the game will be over in 5-6 if Kawhi is healthy throughout the rest of the series, possibly 5. We'll just have to see. The Clippers are allowing Luka and Kyrie to do them, but they're not allowing anybody else to score. I mean, when I was watching the game, Max Kleber or whatever his name is got a pass from Luka, and he was right in front of the basket, and he pulled his hands away. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, who else are you? Like, what? Like, we're an NBA caliber player here. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Tim Hardaway didn't shoot well. I do think that PJ Washington will cause Paul George problems throughout the entire series. He's a bigger, physical, stronger guy. But when Kawhi's there, who's on PG? You know what I mean? And like Terrence Mann, I think is being severely underrated. just because like he's another body. Like he's a great role player. Like I don't know, but obviously I have high hopes on my Clippers. But
Harrison, we talked about this last time we had you on. Silent X factor that kind of went a little crazy in this game. Zubac.
Oh yeah,
is a guy that the Clippers, if they can feed him the paint, I mean, I agree. I think this team is unbeatable. Is unbeatable outside of the realm. The way the Denver Nuggets are playing right now against the Lakers, I don't know.
That game was crazy last night. I don't know if you guys caught that game.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
But I think that I kind of am on the same boat with you. I have been on the Clippers train for a little bit here since the new year as well. And I think if they can keep it up, you never know. But Harden playing well and the star is out and Kawhi. We saw that last year with Harden when Embiid was out in the playoffs. I mean, I do think there's a little Clippers magic here. And I'm excited to see what they can do tonight and if they can roll them.
Yeah. And the Clippers are known for, in the past, blowing leads. Not getting it done in the past.
Oh, I was nervous. I was nervous.
No Blake Griffin, no Chris Paul now. But this is a franchise that blows leads. But let's not forget about what's to come, Harrison. If they win this series, they have to play, possibly, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Basically, your ex-girlfriend. The team that you root for a long time. And now you cut ties with them like a bad habit. You should be worried about the Thunder, no?
Honestly, the Thunder struggled and the Pelicans didn't have Zion. I'm not going to go on here and act like Shannon Sharp and say that they're the weakest one seed ever. But I think just like the Clippers, what they're doing. So take this into perspective. You're going up against the Mavericks, who have arguably the best two one-on-one players in the entire league, right? And then you go to the Thunder, where you really only have one of those type players in Shea. The rest of it's a system. Chet isn't that big of a star yet to where like we gotta like he's a 7 foot, he like I'm not trying to say he's a bad player, but like Chet isn't big enough. Chet isn't big enough to like really cause me any issues. He's a great rim protector, and we're gonna see how Russ plays with Harden, because if Harden's 3 isn't going and you got Chet down there rim protecting, you might as well take Harden out of the game, because then he's just 100%, because then he's just going to go to the rim. He's not going to try and do shit on Chet because he's not athletic. He's not, you know what I mean? Yeah. He's not gonna poster Chet. The only guy I've ever seen a James Harden poster was like Draymond Green in that one Warriors game like 5 years ago. And then all they're going to do is like stay true to their shooters, and then they're going to go. So, but all in all, I think like schematically, and I think the Thunder are an easier matchup for the Clippers, because it's like, look what the Clippers did game 1. Against the Mavericks. Okay, Chet, you're on Zubac. Zubac just killed Daniel Gafford, who's like a bigger, more athletic kind of guy.
We're talking about Daniel Gafford. Right now. Come on. We're talking about
like as a presence in the paint.
He's a 74 in 2K. He's a 74 in 2K.
I don't care what his 2K rating is, dude. This is like playoffs. Like he's got one job. Like he's like
2K rating's probably an 87. I'm just saying.
Chet Holmgren ain't jumping out of the gym like Daniel Gafford, bro.
Okay.
Like Zubac will definitely be able to bully him down low, in my opinion.
Rim protector versus crazy lob threat. I don't know.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. Like, I understand your point, but like, he doesn't have the size as Rudy Gobert. Like, if that was Rudy Gobert down there, then like, that's a different story. I just think he's too weak. I personally think Chet is going to get exposed during the playoffs. I think that the Clippers will be able to throw a lot of different bodies at Shea. I mean, dude, Shea is so good. I got to give that man his props. Like, I think he personally should be the MVP. They got the 1 seed in the West.
I agree.
And I mean, we all know how much of a fucking monster that conference is. And so, I mean, he's the best defensive player out of all of the MVP candidates that are there. I think Jokic will get it again, though. I mean, he is really just good. He is really good, and I won't be surprised. He deserved it if he does get it. But my pick would be Shea if I had a vote. But yeah, I mean, if Zion comes back, like who's guarding Zion on the Thunder?
I mean, I saw today.
Give me Lou Dort.
Yeah. No, dude. No, dude. Zion dropped 40. Okay, but that was in the bubble, and Zion just dropped 40 on the Lakers with AD and Braun.
Oh, LeBron's cooked.
We'll get to Bron. We'll get to
Yeah,
Bron.
we'll get to that.
I'm just saying, like, I think, and dude, the Pelicans, they have Valanciunas. I think they got a good squad. Do I think the Thunder
You
are going to
love
win that game?
Valanciunas,
Yes. I just think I just think that he's like a great starting center. Like, he's not going to cause you any problems. Like, I feel like he's a pretty. Oh, I mean, I would pick Chet just because of all like pure talent and everything. But like, I feel like Chet is, or I think Valanciunas is still like an above average starting center in the NBA.
Okay, I agree with that. I would agree with that.
And I mean, BI is like a Kevin Durant that's high all the time,
He
and
might
like
be the most
isn't.
overrated player in the NBA.
I agree.
I mean, yeah, I don't really hear much about him, but I mean, they still got stars like CJ McCollum, Zion. Like they have a good squad there, and the Thunder are really young. But I definitely think they're going to get out of that series. But I think if the Clippers do play the Thunder, I think, and everybody's healthy, I think the Clippers could beat them in like 6 games.
Yeah.
And Ty Lue, I really do think Ty Lue is the best coach in the NBA. I think the Nuggets are the best team, but I think Ty Lue is the best coach in the NBA.
Mr. Michael Malone would like to disagree with that.
I think the Thunder coach would like to disagree too. He's going to win Coach of the Year this year.
Mark Daigneault? Yeah. Yep.
I mean, that's just my take.
100%.
That's just your take.
100%.
All right, that's fine. All right, let's get to the last 2 series out west. The Timberwolves and the Suns. This one is very interesting. This one is very, very interesting, Harrison. I would say that this one kind of has the future of the league at stake.
Oh, I like that. I definitely would have to agree with you.
KD versus like Ant and Cat.
Yeah. No, and I mean, there's one man that's going to win the Timberwolves this series, and it is Anthony Edwards, bro. He has got that dog in him. He is like that new school that's bringing back the old school, dude. When I watch him play, he's hitting threes on KD's on his head, dude, and he's talking that shit to him and everything. After the game, he's like, "Yeah, that was like one of the best like moments of my life, dude." I feel like their momentum is going only to propel them further. But I mean, I think that Devin Booker needs to I get it's D-Book's team, but like I feel like Curry did a really good job of this when KD went to the Warriors. Like, okay, Curry, you got drafted to the Warriors. Obviously, you're going to be the greatest player to ever wear a Warriors jersey, like franchise, like all time, like franchise, like it's Curry's franchise, right? But like in the playoffs, like Curry also understood, I'm the best 3-point shooter in NBA history, but like Kevin Durant is Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant is the best player on this team. And like,
is he though?
I don't know. Yeah, Kevin Durant is the best player on the Suns. Oh yeah. So it's like D-Book. And D-Book last year in the playoffs, like, dude, his defense was insane. He was locked down.
Last year in the playoffs, people forget he was barely missing like triple-double averages. He was going nuts while scoring 40 points. That's what I was hoping to see more of. Yeah,
and that's what he needs to do. But I think, I don't know. I feel like D-Book always has an ego problem. I mean, and we see what it gets him.
Whoa. Ego problem? Couldn't it be that the Timberwolves are just playing good defense? I mean, the best defensive team in the league.
I think the Suns have an ego problem, not just D-Book, to be completely honest with you.
Whoa.
I mean, look at what D-Book did, dude. He got up 3-2 on Luka, and he's talking all of his talk, and he's like, this series is over. Yeah, your own building in Game 7 is out of there by halftime because Luka has 30 points and it's a 40-point lead.
Yeah,
like, and I get it. D-Book's a star. Like he's dropped 70 points in a game, but like I'd love to see him get back to that. Like, okay, I don't really care about my shots. I'm playing lockdown defense, and I'm going to facilitate. Because when back when the Suns had Chris Paul and Chris Paul would be injured, D-Book was having like 30-point games with like 8 assists. Yeah. And like Kevin Durant just needs to be the scorer. If D-Book can
– easier said than done, no?
I mean, they did it last year. I mean, they ran into the Nuggets last year, but like I feel like the Suns played – better team ball last year, and especially with the addition of Bradley Beal, it's more like your turn, my turn, your turn, and that's kind of always how Kevin Durant teams have been. It's kind of like KD's like, I'm a scorer, and since KD's so nonchalant
at this point, you know what I mean?
Because KD, all he cares about is playing ball, dude. He doesn't care. Like, he's not a leader. He's just going to be there, and he's going to do 50, 40, 90, and he's going to be like, well, y'all can't blame me. But, like, I don't know.
Wow.
I think the Suns the Suns definitely have the firepower to beat the Timberwolves. But when you have Anthony Edwards like single-handedly being like the offensive focal point to match with the scoring of all three of them, if he's just torching you, and that's what I'm saying, D-Book needs to step up on defense. Ain't no one going. Bradley Beal needs to guard Anthony Edwards. KD's getting a little old. D-Book is the one that needs to like step up and be like, I got Ant. Because if D-Book's guarding Ant and D-Book are going like this neck and neck and they're kind of washing each other out of the series, then I think the Suns will steamroll them because you got Kevin Durant who's going to pull out Rudy Gobert and do all that stuff. But with Book shooting, if he's shooting inefficiently, and Bradley Beal has netter really been a consistent player, in my opinion, when like push comes to shove. Like he got a bag on the Wizards. He's one. Him and John Wall are the most paid players to never have a 51 season in history. Now people are finally focusing on Bradley Beal. He's not as healthy as what he used to be. I just think D-Book's got to step up to the plate and guard Ant and do a good job and wash him out of the series, because then I think the Suns will win. But
I don't know if that can happen though. Ant is on the cusp of becoming the face of the NBA. Like, people are not realizing his new shoe is everywhere. I think he's on like soda commercials. I mean, the clip of him talking crap to KD like that in his face, end of the fourth quarter. I mean, that's going to be on an NBA signature opening video for the next 25 years.
Does that not remind you of KD talking crap to Kobe though too? Like that. This feels like I mean, it just feels like the next generation is coming in the NBA, which is obviously Anthony Edwards.
So let's do a little nice transition. Speaking of the next generation, let's not forget who the king of that next generation is: Nikola Jokic, going up against the king of the former generation, LeBron James. Feels like the Lakers are washed.
They're getting swept. They're getting swept. I'm saying it right here, right now. They're getting swept, bro.
Can they avoid?
They're getting swept. Can they? No, I don't think they can, dude. You got D'Angelo Russell is super inconsistent.
We have the king.
It doesn't matter, bro. The king and AD played great. They played great, and they got up 20 and they blew the lead. When you had D'Angelo Russell, went 7 for 11 from 3.
Yeah,
I don't think D'Lo's dropping another 25 points in that playoff series. I mean, Austin Reeves could, step up, and Rui Hachimura could have a good game. But like, that was the Lakers' game to be like, we're here. The Lakers'
game doesn't matter. Jokic is just better, man. I think that's the thing.
I mean, 100%. That, and I think the Nuggets are the best constructed roster in the entire NBA.
Yeah,
they are just as talented as any other team who's top heavy like the Suns. Like, take Jokic, Jamal Murray, and whoever you want that third guy to be. Michael Porter Jr., if you want to make it, Aaron Gordon. Put that against the Suns' big three. And what big three are you taking? Because I'm still taking the Nuggets. I'm still taking the Nuggets.
I think I take the Nuggets because of what we just talked about, the fact that the Nuggets play the definition of team ball, which is, you know what I mean? Like, it's awesome seeing a center, and trust me, Ethan and I get a ton of it too, watching Joel Embiid. It's insane watching a center, though, put up 20, like one night he'll go 40, 10, and 10, and the next night he'll go 20, 20, and 15. Like, that is absolutely insane, and those are real numbers. That is not okay. Those are real numbers. Yeah, no, but I mean, I just think Nuggets have they have great star power, and then they're really deep. They've been with each other for a long time. Yeah. Like, they have they drafted Michael Porter Jr. They drafted Nikola Jokic. I'm pretty sure they drafted Jamal Murray too. I mean, obviously Aaron Gordon.
Not getting enough love. He hit that game winner last night.
Yes.
100%. Which I thought was funny because AD was like, I'm not mad. I'm never going to win a defensive player of the year.
And then he left.
And I'm not mad, but they're not going to give it to me. Yada, yada, yada. And then he gets a game winner hit on his dome piece after he didn't score at all in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Have we seen that's what I'm saying, dude. AD in LA?
No, I mean, maybe. I don't know. This was his healthiest season, so I think it's a great sell high for the Lakers, especially if you still want to hold on to whatever LeBron has left. I definitely think you could get some great pieces for AD.
What does LeBron have left?
I mean, he wants to play with
he's got a gold medal in him. That's it.
I mean, he might. I think he really does want to play with the Sun, though. But, I mean, that's a whole nother topic that we probably won't get into. But, I don't know. I think the Nuggets will move forward. I really do think the Timberwolves.
What's your finals matchup? What's your Western Conference Finals match?
Clippers Nuggets.
I'm gonna go Clippers Nuggets.
I'm in the same boat. I agree. I'm biased.
Yeah?
I agree.
My upset will be Clippers T-Wolves. That's my upset. If it's not Clippers Nuggets, I think it'll be Clippers T-Wolves because
Wow.
I think in a game for game, bar for bar, if it is Nuggets Timberwolves, I think Ant's gonna outplay Jamal Murray. And how the Lakers beat Jokic,
is a big man, but can he outplay Jokic too?
No, but hear me out. When the Lakers beat Jokic in the bubble, they had JaVale McGee, they had AD, they had Bron, and they had Dwight Howard. They had 4 bigs that they could throw at him every single game. The Timberwolves are the only other team that's constructed like that in the Western Conference. You can throw Rudy Gobert, you could throw Cat. I mean, I don't know how tall is Jaden Daniels? I don't know.
Give me Naz Reid on him.
Yeah, I mean, you got Naz Reid. Oh, I forgot about him, dude. So they got multiple bigs that they can throw at Jokic to tire him out. So I don't know. It would be a great series.
That would be a great series. I mean, the first time Minnesota's probably going to get prominently featured like this ever. This is why Anthony Edwards is so good.
Yeah, and I do think he will. I think he will take. And I also am really excited for. I would love to see Thunder Timberwolves Western Conference Finals because I think there's a little bit of beef between Shea and Ant going on. I don't know if you guys caught that in the regular season. They were beefing with each other, and I think that's what this newer generation needs. It needs rivalries with each other, not taking out the top dog. We need that Shea versus Ant. We need Cat to be able to try and rival Jokic or something like that. We're still talking about like KD and LeBron. I mean, I'm so glad the Warriors are washing out of here, dude. Never gonna have to talk about them ever again. But
right. That's not gonna happen. Someone clip that. Clip it. Yeah. So speaking of rivalries, there's one budding out east: the Knicks and the Sixers. If you didn't catch that last night,
no, I watched it.
Yeah, I was hoping you didn't, because it was basically UFC 300 the last 30 seconds of the game. I mean,
are the Sixers really suing the refs for? I saw some. I didn't know if it was real or not.
Filing a grievance. They're filing a grievance. Against the league.
Wait, I got a question for the both of you, real quick. When that Jalen Brunson 3 hit the front of the rim and then went in, did that give you guys a little like Kawhi flashback or no?
No.
Yeah, I agree. No. I agree. I was just telling Ethan, I haven't even talked to Ethan a few days here. I was just in Colorado. Just got back today. I'm sitting in Coors Field watching the Rockies lose to the Padres last night, and I have the game on with no sound, and I see the Brunson shot going, and I'm like, all right. I'm like, first of all, call a timeout, which didn't happen before the inbound. And then I saw Maxey get the ball and get hacked. And I looked away because I was like, oh, that's a foul.
Oh, I saw a pick. Jalen Brunson yanked his jersey because Maxey got a hand on it. And I didn't see the yank until today. I mean, but yeah, I don't know.
Nick Nurse called a timeout and the ref ignored it. Like, that is what is crazy. I mean, Nick Nurse said in his press conference, he called timeout when Maxey had possession of the ball. The ref looked at him, looked away, nothing happened. Called timeout again. Maxey may or may not have the ball. The ref didn't see him, but missing timeout calls openly.
Yeah, I get it.
They want the Knicks to advance.
I still think. Well, and here's the thing: the fix is in. The media doesn't really like Philly. The league will make more money if New York advances. Yes. So there's those two things. They do, but here's the thing. I still think the Sixers can win this series, regardless of how big of a choke job that was last night. And I think it started to show in that fourth quarter.
3 reasons why.
One, all of the Knicks players' shots started to come up short. The only reason that DiVincenzo made that second 3 is because he got an immediate second look. Jalen Brunson's 3 was lucky. But this is what is he? It's Tom Thibodeau or whatever his name is, the Knicks coach. He is known for historically. They already seemed gas down the stretch. Watching that Knicks game, they could not make a shot, and everything was coming up short. I mean, Josh Hart. I mean, it seems like he's played 50 minutes all year, every single game. Like Jalen Brunson shot horribly.
Yeah.
And so it's just I think that if the Knicks players, and they don't have any Julius Randle. I mean, And the one thing I got to say about Embiid, he's so good. But when I see Embiid's, what is he, 7'4", 300 pounds? Like when I see him stand underneath the basket and see a shot go up and he doesn't move, I'm like, dog, all you got to do is put your hand out. Just put your hand in. Just no one's getting in front of you.
Put your hand up.
Just put a hand up. It shows some effort. And I get it. He's tired. I get it. He's tired. His knee's fucked. Like, I get it. But, like.
No, it's his knee. It's his knee. His knee.
No, I know, but, like.
He can't.
Dude,
He couldn't.
I have a torn patella tendon, dude, and I can still move more than he does underneath the basket. Yeah. Dude, I played on 2 different basketball teams with a torn patella tendon, and my ass was definitely boxing people out.
That reminds me, what you just said of Embiid standing under the rim reminds me of one person, and it reminds me of Ben Simmons, a guy who would do the same thing.
No, I know.
Harrison, you're moving forward on my opinion at the fact that Joel Embiid needs to be gone out of here, traded for about 7 first-round picks.
I mean, I would take that. Oh, he needs to be gone, dude. I mean, if they can get the right package for him. And also, I know Nick Nurse and Lowry have history, but, like, the whole last 3 minutes of that game, I feel like Nick Nurse went to Lowry and be the biggest nuisance the entire time. Like, I don't know. But I definitely –
I do agree. Lowry got relied on a lot down the stretch. I actually think he got hurt really badly in the last minute, and
I feel like he was just over exaggerating to get Embiid rest. But my three things,
not the flop.
Okay, so my 3 things is the Knicks will not have Julius Randle. 2, Thibodeau's their coach, and 3, you still have Embiid and Maxey. And depending how the Sixers respond to this loss, if the Sixers come out and they completely gut punch the Knicks at home, I think this is one of those scenarios to where they might have them figured out and they could just run away with it. But it's all about how the Sixers are going to respond here. If Embiid, and I get it, Embiid's knee's shot. He's always injured. But if the Sixers come out and Maxey is if they don't really have anybody that has that killer mindset. Maxey's electric, and I love him as a player. Tobias Harris is like Kawhi in the sense that he's not talk, he's zero motion, nothing.
Don't even put their names in the same sentence.
No, I know, but it's just if they get some fire lit into them and they come out and they just kick the Knicks' ass out of the water, I think
that's so easier said than done. But yeah.
No, I know, but dude, you have the best player in the series. You have, the way Maxey's been playing, Maxey.
I was gonna say Maxey.
If he can,
in the series.
Oh, I think he can go band for band with Maxey should be able to go band for band with Jalen Brunson. And you have Embiid, who should be able to outplay Josh Hart and their big and DiVincenzo. And so, I don't know. I still think the Sixers can win the series, but I think it's all about how they respond in this next game. If the game is close and the Sixers win a close game at home, I think they'll lose game 4, and I think they might be gone in 5. I really do. But if they come out, and a lot of it is to Embiid's health.
He's not
and with him
anywhere near 100% the rest of the season.
No, I know, which sucks. Trust me. Hey, you guys are Sixers fan, and as a Clipper fan right now, it just sucks that our star players just can't be healthy in the playoffs. It really is frustrating.
Harrison's up 1-0 down there. We're already down 2-0.
We can't even get a word in yet. All right, let's go with the last 3 series in East, just off the top of my head. The Celtics are going to dog the Heat. I think the Cavs are going to dog the Magic. The Magic, I don't know what happened. And then Harrison, your old friend, the Boogeyman. Game time.
Oh, my gosh, dude. Get out of here.
Back in Milwaukee. He's coming back 35 in the first half. Had 0 in the second half the other day, I know. But, he turned that killer instinct on again for the first time in Milwaukee.
He did. He did indeed.
That's scary. And Davis and I picked the Pacers in that series, and we were wrong.
I'm still picking the Pacers. Hey, you better.
Come on.
I'm jumping off, brother.
Oh,
brother.
You're cashing out.
Yeah, I'm cashing out. You know me. I'm the cash out king.
I'll double down.
I love it.
100%.
Oh. And then Harrison, before we get out of here, is this Russell Westbrook's last season?
No, it's not, dude. No, it is not. No, it is not.
Are you sure?
Dude, I am sure, and this is why. Because after you asked me the last pod, I never thought about that. But I was like, dude, the Clippers are opening up a new arena.
The wall.
Like they're not going to open up. They're not going to open up that arena. And like Russ leaves, you trade Harden. Like Kawhi just signed a 3-year, but like I don't know. Like I think they're going to try and bring everybody back.
Interesting.
Yeah, he signed a contract extension like the middle of the season, I think. But unfortunately, I don't know if I'm able to watch the Clippers game tonight because it's going to be on at like 4 a.m. my time.
Oh,
but
that's brutal.
I mean, it is.
You're still going to be up watching it though. It's okay.
I don't know, dude. I got work tomorrow.
Yeah, facts. But I mean,
you're diehard. You're diehard.
No, I know.
I mean, are we not Russell Westbrook fans or?
No, we are. We all are. We all are. Everybody in here, we're all big Russ fans.
Yeah.
We're all big Russ guys.
Yeah, the Russ Wick bragging. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, put some respect on his name. He shot 50% from 3 game 1. So.
Did he go
you want 1 for 2?
No, he went 2 for 4. He went 2 for 4. He went 2 for 4. No, he went 2 for 4.
Yeah.
What are you? Wait, so Davis, are you Nuggets, Clippers as well for Western Conference Finals?
Yeah. Nuggets, Clippers in the Western Conference. On the Eastern side, I mean, with current events, I'm just going to go with Boston, Indiana, and I'm going to have Boston going through.
Ooh.
I think Boston only loses one game going to the NBA Finals. I don't think they're going to lose. I think one game is their maximum. And then I think that they will win the NBA Finals against the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah.
Wow. Ethan, what are you? What about you?
Yeah, I'm going to go Boston, Denver. And my
but Eastern
Conference. Okay. Eastern Conference. I'll go Celtics, Bucks. But I will say, hot take: the Celtics' biggest and toughest matchup will come as the Cleveland Cavaliers in the second round. I think the Cavs are very equipped to give them a tough time. I think Mobley, Allen, and Mitchell, not to mention Garland and Strus and the shooting that they have. I'm not saying they're going to win this series, but I think they can make it interesting.
And who'd you have at West?
Yeah, I got the Nuggets, and I'm gonna go the Thunder. I think the Thunder make the conference finals.
Oh,
but I'm gonna go. Denver's gonna repeat against the Celtics.
My East is Boston Sixers. I'm not kidding. If the Sixers get past the Knicks, I think that they'll steamroll past the Bucks. I really do.
Kind of somewhat oddly agree. I do think if the Sixers win the series, which at this point I'm putting at a 31% chance. Now I'm actually going to go.
You guys are overreacting. How many? I mean, look at dude. When the Suns went up in the finals versus the Bucks, they went up 2-0, and then the Bucks won in 6.
That's true.
Like this, if the Sixers go back and they win 2 games at home, the momentum's going to be in their favor, and all they'll need to go is win in New York, which they almost did in Game 2.
It's not that I believe the words you're saying to me. It's just that I've seen this story before, and I've seen this.
But doesn't Embiid always son Giannis? Doesn't Embiid always son Giannis, or am I wrong there?
No, you're right. But they have to get there.
Correct.
I know, but I mean, like, dude, Sixers are still my pick. I'm not jumping off the bandwagon like y'all. Like, no, I mean,
it's tough to see Embiid like that, like holding his head down in his lap after these games, and like I've seen this.
Dude,
I've seen it before.
Dude, you had a 5-point lead with 30 seconds left, dude. Like, I'd be holding my head down too. I just gave it it's the playoffs, dude. Yeah, everybody's giving it everything they got, and they just lost a close game. I'd have my head down too. I'd be pissed.
Yeah. It just feels like this is the last year of the Embiid experiment. And like, I mean, they won't outwardly say that.
I tell you what, if it's
long,
then you know what? Then y'all's GMs need to be like, this is your last year here. And if you want to be remembered as the guy who just wants to stand under the basket and watch some other dude grab the rebound, then like we're gonna leave that to you. But like, dude, like they should.
Right now. Yeah, we need to get.
I mean, hey.
We need to get that city Philadelphia.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy because that's crazy. You said I sound like your father because who do you always listen to?
Yeah. We're gonna get him off.
Clip that. Clip that. Hey, it was a pleasure, boys. It was a pleasure.
Oh, thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Hey, no problem. Hey, happy to do it. I do it all for y'all.
Go Clippers.
Thank you, Harrison.
Go Clippers. Go Sixers.
See ya.
I love the.
All right. Yeah, we got some great energy from Harrison there. He really brought it. And now, I mean, I don't know what to think for the rest of these playoffs. I mean, you guys are talking me into the Clippers. Like,
I agree.
The T-Wolves might be the Nuggets. I like that the most.
I do like that too. I do like
that. Might be my hot take of the week. All right, Davis, let's get some hockey real quick before we get out of here. Dude, hockey season going crazy. The Islanders were up 3-0 on the Hurricanes last night and blew it.
Just classic. Classic.
3-0 and blew it. And then the Oilers, they might be my pick to win it all this year, man.
Ethan, I was just gonna say that's why the slide is up here. I'm going with the Edmonton Oilers.
Yes.
Holding
McNasty. McJesus.
Ethan, actually, I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually doing very well in some of my NHL picks so far. I liked Winnipeg. They're only one game in, but I picked Winnipeg to win the series. I picked Vancouver and Edmonton. Everything's looking pretty decent in the Western Conference. I picked Florida. I picked Toronto was my upset against Boston. That series is 1-1. Ethan, hockey is here. We cannot overlook it, even though the NBA is on right now.
Yeah, so let's do some cup. Give me your cup final and champion. I know we already have the Oilers.
Before the playoffs started, same with the NBA, my finals pick has not changed. I have gone with the Edmonton Oilers facing off against the Florida Panthers and Edmonton holding the cup. Connor McDavid.
Mine is as long as it's a Canadian final, but I'm gonna go Edmonton, Toronto.
Ooh, I like it.
Taking it. I want a Canadian final, but I think Toronto's their only shot. So please give us a Canadian final. That'd be awesome.
That would be pretty sweet.
And then Davis, before we get out of here, put on the hat. He went to the school of mines. I'll let you take it away.
My 2024 fall semester will be played. I will be the new 3-star athlete, new Bo Jackson, for the Colorado School of Mines.
He's gonna play club JV golf there.
I am now an ore digger, is what their nickname is. So, Ethan, you can come visit me anytime, but you'll watch me drop 30, hit for the cycle, and at the same time become Scotty Scheffler out in the golf courses over in Colorado. No, I had to put this up. This is pretty funny. Colorado the Mines, fun fact, they are like the D2 football team they're like Alabama. They win every year.
Oh, really?
They win every year.
Really? I would never think of that. The mining school at Colorado is top tier football.
Yes.
What about mining? Are they good at mining?
They got to be good at mining. You would think, right?
The Alabama of mining. I love it.
I mean, again, come visit.
This is Davis's thing. He had a great time in Colorado.
Anytime you want. Anytime you want.
I love it. Davis had a great time in Colorado. Make sure you comment #mines in the comments. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, doing whatever you got to do to help the Bachi Boys get some more views, some more shares, some more interactions, all that stuff. We're heading into the sweet spot. NHL and NBA playoffs are heating up. Enjoy it while you can, because the dog days of baseball of summer are coming, but we're not there yet. Enjoy it while you can. Bachi Boys are out. See you later.